Alright, hello everybody. I don't get on this thing very much, but I am tired of listening to people repeat the same things about what's going on. We gotta stop that. We already know what's going on. Okay. Giants was real. Nephilim is real. Falling angels is real. They're demons and aliens, and that's what we're dealing with. It's all spiritual. We know they did a lot of resets. That's why we find all this buried land, even Egyptian stuff and everything. They buried everything, and they reset and they reset because they want to keep this going. This Lucius or whatever they get from us, or the things they get from the kids. That's even true. Everything on the Epstein thing is true. They're eating kids. These people are vampires and lizards and demons, and they're eating kids because they need to eat. That's what they do. They eat kids, blah blah blah, and adrenochrome that they get from the kids, and all this is true. Like, this is all really happening right now in 2026, and people gotta stop repeating, like, like, is it happening or is it maybe, all these most of these mountains are petrified giants. Like, people don't believe that, and you can see clearly that people were big back then. See, I believe when the Lord started this, God started this whole thing, think about it. If you're the only thing, the first thing you're gonna do is build one thing. Let's say, so he built the first person, and he was tall, There was a world, and he built one tall person or something, and then maybe everybody was tall. There was tall trees, there was tall everything. Everything was big. We know dragons exist. There's no dinosaur. There's no dinosaur bones. Like, we gotta stop listening to the narrative that they telling us on the news, because that's all controlled by Rockefellers and the Black Rocks, all them rich people. So, like, I just want to get to the point that we've been lied to, and that space shit is fake. If you believe the Bible, there's a firmament. It says it. And then I hear Christians saying, oh yeah, then they believe in these stars and these all these things in outer space and everything. But then they're Christian and they believe the Bible, and the Bible says there's a firmament. So which one do you believe in? The firmament? Because if there's a firmament it's obvious that has never been out of here, or anything come in here. Everything is here already, man. The sun is in here with us. The moon is in here with us, which is probably a telescope, a big giant round telescope that the aliens have, because it said it was never here. I mean, I don't have all the answers because there's a lot of shit. Now, the whole point is that God made everything, right? And then the fallen angels wanted to be like God, and they wanted to create. So they started creating. So they made, when they slept with the women, then they made the Nephilim. And then, those was demonic, and they was eating people and everything. And then they tried to mix out DNA with all kinds of things to make slaves. So then you have these half dogs and half human that was kings and shit like that in Egypt back in the day, blah blah. Then you have all these different animals that's mixed with our DNA that really exist. Skinwalkers are real. Bigfoots are real. Bigfoot might be from another dimension, whatever, but they're real. Shift changers is real. The aliens, which may be the demons, the falling angels, that's real. Come on. Justin Bieber transformed in front of like 100 people in the airport. Nobody talks about that, and they still follow. And his eyes switching when he was in court, and like, we see these things happening. These people are lizards. And I know it's hard to believe, but you gotta let everything go, man. Everything is a lie, man. Everything they told us, everything is like the upside down. Think about it that way. Basically, it's the upside down. The truth and the lie. Same thing. The upside down, the truth and lie. So everything is a lie. They ain't gonna tell the truth. And of course they're poisoning us. And of course they want to get rid of us and make all robots and everything. They put everything in the... I mean, how many times we gotta say they put everything in the... Like, I'm tired of repeating. Like, what are we gonna do? That's what I want to know. When we gonna bust some moves and get together? Because I've been trying to do this for a while, but get together and start talking and start planning, because we gotta bust a move. Because you know what's coming. We are in for it. So we gotta bust a move and we gotta start taking on. Anyway, God bless everybody. And I hope everybody would wake up. But the Matrix movie and all that you can't wake everybody up. Everybody's not gonna be awoken. There's just gonna be a chosen. I'll say few, but there'll be a bunch. And there's billions of people here, so let's say there's 2 million of us, or 3 million, or whatever it is. But it's a reason. God kept us safe through our all our, I fell off the fourth floor. I've done all kinds of things that I could have lost my life in, and I never did, because they was keeping me safe, because they have plans for me, because they can't change me, they can't corrupt me, because I'm not taking no money or none of that. I don't need it. That's like a frequency. Most people should just give that up. The money shouldn't even. We know all that shit is all planned and everything. Anyway, for those awoken people and everybody else, but I mean, I can't awaken everything, but God bless everybody that's real humans. And let's get it. Peace.